I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna try it one more time. Me no. But I'll do it one more time. You know what's funny about this though is the garbage truck still hasn't come. We're in the final, well, it would be the final 30 minutes of a traditional stream, and we haven't even had the first garbage truck come through. So, I don't know what's going on today. With my internet, or with the trash man, with Nobu, who I've now just defaulted to calling Nobu. I hope everybody's doing good, though. About piano playing, especially if you don't know music theory and you're self-taught, you kind of learn it. I've talked about this a little bit in the past, but you kind of learn it in the same way that you would learn a fighting game. You learn like 1 move, 2 move, 3 move, 10 moves, and then you just kind of experiment with like rearranging those moves in certain ways or reacting to certain things maybe that your opponent is doing. A lot of times with piano, since I don't have an opponent, the sound, it's like reacting to the sound. Like if I hit a certain amount of keys and a certain sound comes back at me, I have other moves then that I can do, kind of like a combo system. It's really fun. Because even going from this chord, like that chord progression, is not something that I'm incorporating any type of theoretical knowledge to get. It's like one chord that I just know because it's in several other songs. It's in this song. Wait. That's chord. And then I have the next chord. This is a chord that's in key line. So from the chord from Unnamed Song to the chord from key line to this chord, which is in that Unnamed Song we made in the production stream a while ago. This one. So it's just putting a chord from one song behind a chord from another song, behind a chord from another song. I'm just like picking moves from all of my songs and then rearranging a bunch of chords I already know. It's not really a lot of know-how when arranging chord progressions. Crusader says, "Dang, I voted for at the last second for 1990. What? Sorry, I voted at the last second with 1900 and it didn't go through, so it's just gone now." Says iCrusader. Does it just go away? Does it not rebound back into... Are they lost forever? That's a really interesting way of approaching it, says Titanium. Yeah, I have the same thing with, like, drums. A lot of people, when they think about drum samples, people like drum samples that are in packs. We're gradually moving away from that, but people will be like, oh, here's a sick drum pack I got. Here's like a trap drum pack I got. These hi-hats go with this. This snare is a... blank snare. This is a contact snare. This is a Lex Luger snare. This is a... I can't think of the Count. He has like a drum pack that he put out on Splice, and people are using his drums together. But it's like more and more producers will take like a snare from this pack, a hand drum from this pack, a hi-hat from this pack, a kick from like a keyboard. The crash cymbal is like made out of like white noise. They'll like be a little bit more diverse in what they're pulling from. And a lot of times I think when people are making chord progressions, they'll usually pull from keys. They're like, what key are we in? And then they'll jam out in that key, pulling chords from that key. But I think a lot of times I've run into walls when I'm jamming with people. Because a lot of times when I'm playing chords, I just want to go somewhere else. And then I'll see some other musicians be like, oh, what key are we in now? Or like, where did you go? And to me, it all makes sense because I'm just grabbing chords that sound cool after each other. But for a lot of people, they see it in a more governed, rule, law, abiding system. Maybe the trash man ran into the internet pole. That would be kind of cool. I feel like I hear him, but I don't think I do. I think I'm just hearing things. Just one of those days, I guess, says Meow Workshop. Yeah, it's just been one of those days. Thank you for being here, though. We lost about half the people, but we're still here. We're still here. That's a really interesting way of approaching it. Oh, I did read that. Well, wait, it's not normal to use from different packs, says Umbe. I'm not going to say what is normal and what isn't normal, Umbe. What I'm saying is that people tend to think of it like a drum set. Like, drum sets have pieces that are together, you know? When you go out and you buy instruments, you know, there's stuff that comes with it, or there's stuff that is recommended to use it with, you know? But, you know, there's no real rules in making music. And I wouldn't say that it's not normal to use from different packs, because now with the internet and with the way, like, electronic music producers work, because of the internet and because of things like Splice, it's pretty common, you know, to have a bunch of different drum packs from a bunch of different drum samples from different packs. But just think about it. I mean, you know that that's not always the way it's been, Umbe. You know that there used to be, like, the reason when people even say 808 is because an 808 is a piece of Roland hardware that came with X amount of samples. The 808 is from this thing, you know, the Roland 808 hi-hat is from this piece of gear. So people would use those drum packs, which is why when you listen to a lot of older music, Umbe, and you're listening to like 90s or 80s tunes, they tend to kind of use the same drums together. I wish I had some like great sonic examples I could play for you, but you kind of know, you know, if you've heard like hip hop from, you know, 20 years ago, if you've heard electronic music from 20 years ago, you're running into a lot of the same kicks, a lot of the same snares, a lot of the same claps, a lot of the same cowbells, a lot of the same hi-hats. And it's not because everybody just had the same taste in drums. It's because those drums are coming together. And there was no reason really to like mix and match drum samples. And I feel like I constantly mix and match chords with keys, and it can confuse or frustrate, more likely, people that are more key focused. People that are like, oh, we're playing in the key of G, and we'll start playing in the key of G, and then I'll hit some weird chord, and they're like, oh, where are you going? And that chord will lead me somewhere else, you know. A good example of that is Winter Heart. You know, if you listen to the beginning of Winter Heart, Winter Heart is really difficult for me to play with other musicians, because the few times that I have, it's only been like 3 or 4 times, the few times that I've played that song with other musicians, I can see them kind of like waiting for any sense to like rise a bunch above the chaos, and usually that part is once it gets to this. It's just 2 chords, right? But then it does this. So a lot of times I'm just grabbing chords that I like, grabbing melody things that I like, and throwing them one after another. But I know that there is typically rules to things, you know? Typically, or at least that's what people would like to think. Anywho, hello, Kwame. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Things like Splice definitely gave way to mixing of packs, I think. Yeah, Titanium. Splice gave way to a lot. As somebody that hasn't used Splice, really, but is around a lot of people that use Splice, I would say that Splice has... Splice is a double-edged sword. It's both destigmatized and also re-stigmatized drum sample use. Because I think that for a long time, people were obsessed with where you got drums from. And I think now with Splice, people are like, oh, we all have nice drums, or at least we all have access to nice drums. It's not a big secret now. Like, you don't hear somebody use a drum and go like, oh, I wish I could get a drum like that, but my homies won't pass me one. It's like, you can now get, you know, whatever drums you want. It's like Font Family says, Liana. Exactly. But with things like Splice, now everybody, you know, it made it so anybody has access to pretty good drums, but by making it so that anybody has access to pretty good drums, it also makes it so that more people are using those drums, making it much more recognizable. So you may be hearing a song and you go like, oh, that's the kick from Count. Like, that's a Count kick. That's a Count snare. That's a Lex Luger snare. And then you think about it. Whereas, like, beforehand, a lot of times when you were listening to drums, you wouldn't necessarily think, like, those are Walmart jeans. I know exactly where you bought that from. That's an H&M button-up. You're not fooling me. But it sounds like our first one is coming. It sounds like we definitely have the first garbage truck. We definitely have the first garbage truck, I think, coming soon. I don't know where exactly that prediction lied, or if the internet killed the prediction, or what ended up happening, but I'm still gonna count it. I'm still gonna count it, because what else am I gonna do? Oh, it's still there? Marvelous. I just can't see it on my end because everything broke. But he's a-coming.
The garbage truck driving down the street. Garbage truck. How many times is it gonna beep?
How many times do you think it's gonna beep today, y'all? Here comes the garbage truck.
He's driving down the street.
Here comes the
Garbage truck. How many times is it gonna beep?
How many times?
It's the garbage truck driving down the street.
How many times do y'all think the garbage truck's gonna beep today, y'all?
Garbage truck. How many times is it gonna be?
Only a little bit of time left to get those bets in, y'all. A little bit of time.
Garbage truck driving down the street.
Don't be too shy. Put up them tokens.
The garbage truck. How many times is it gonna be?
Let's see how many times this truck's gonna beep.
It's the garbage truck driving down the street. Garbage truck. How many times is it gonna be?
You're not gonna like this. You're not gonna like. Why does it say 123 times? It still has the old one. Okay, so no one's gonna like this, but I think it's the second one. I think it might be the second one. I think it might be the second one. I think it might be the second one is the thing. And I'm very sorry. Nothing's going right. Nothing's going right. Nothing's fixed. Nothing's good. Because I only realized it was the second one literally at the end of the theme song. Because I can't see it, Cyber. I can't see it. I mean, you guys can see what I can see. Like, you guys can see what I can see. I can't see it, but if you look really closely, it looks like the blue dumpster is in the middle of the street. Down to the left, like, through the trees, it looks like the dumpster is in the middle of the street. That's what it looks like to me. And if he's in the... Maybe I'm wrong? The thing is, I don't know, Cyber, and I would have felt like a... Yeah, I think it's the second one. I think it's the second one. I have to... Actually, You know what I should do? I should figure out a way to get a third webcam and hook it up on the corner of my building. Like, oh, why am I putting this much thought into this? Hook it up on like the root corner of my building so I can see around this tree. But then, of course, that webcam would then get rained on eventually because I can't get up to the roof every day. The one plus, guys, is it looks like he's having a lot of trouble. So he's like not going to. He's not exactly like. It's taking him a long time to do this. That's another thing, guys. Have you ever noticed that, like, sometimes it's like the garbage truck, like, shoots into the cul-de-sac, like freaking Speed Racer, and then other times we're kind of just listening to all of this noise for, like, 5-10 minutes before he actually finally makes it into the cul-de-sac? I really do apologize for this. I really apologize for the internet. I apologize for Nobu having no attention to this stream. I apologize for the trash man being very unpredictable. And me really, like... Oh my god, what is he doing? And me not having, like, a, Does that work? Yeah, he's gotta wait. Oh my god, is everybody voting one? Is nobody gonna vote the other? Nobody's gonna upset the odds? I mean, I guess the odds are already... It's extremely odd. It's extremely upset. The upset isn't extreme. So yeah, we're getting the dumpster man first. I think people are just smart and are seeing that there's not that many dumpsters. There's not that many dumpsters out. Okay, here we go. Come on, Bubba. It's funny, you know. It's funny, like, I feel tired right now. Like, looking at this garbage truck roll into the cul-de-sac, I felt fatigue. I didn't feel excited like I normally do. Like wow, that's chill. This is chill. Why is he beeping while he's sitting still? Yo, could do that. He had less cans. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh man. No way. There's no way. Oh, wow. Cool. I don't even want to count anymore at this point, but this is hilarious. What's he doing? What's he doing? I can't. There's so much noise happening, but there's nothing actually happening. There's no, like, motion or anything. Alright, well at least we're getting some, like, at least he's got some motion now, it seems. Oh, he's out of it! Oh, he was out of the truck. He wasn't even inside the truck that time. Alright, well... okay. It seemed... I promise it's not rigged, guys. I promise I don't know what any of the trucks are gonna do. I don't... A lot of times when the beeping happens, I'll be honest, I'm not looking directly at the truck. I'm, like, focusing on, like, hearing the beeps and counting them through the Streamlabs thing. I didn't realize they could beep while they were just sitting still. It looked like he was beeping while he wasn't actually backing up. Now, I've never driven a garbage truck or a bus or like a UPS thing, so I always thought that the beeping happened when you were in the reverse gear. So it seemed like he was just sitting in reverse while he was picking up the garbage. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, again, I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never driven a garbage truck, but again, I didn't know that was possible. I should have made it 120. 100 was too generous. Yeah, that was, well, that was the second one. We still haven't had the first one somehow. Liana says, actually, it was consistent. Last time I was 123. That's true. Last time it was. But last time he had way more garbage cans. That's the weird thing. Last time, the garbage cans, like these guys over here, there was like, remember they went like all the way out to the edge. And even I was confused. I was like, I feel like there's more dumpsters than there typically are out here. It's really strange. Really strange. And also, you know, I've lived here, 6 years, right? Like going on 7 years. And I've had, the garbage truck. Like before we made a game out of it, you guys even used to say like, how is there another garbage truck? Like, oh, it's so loud. And we played into it, but... I'm very used to these garbage trucks, but I've never paid this close attention to them in order to see how varied the performance is. Like, I knew it was all day, and I knew there was several different trucks that came through. I knew it was noisy, but I never realized just how unpredictable it all was. Like, as far as, like, the times they show up, how long they actually spend in the cul-de-sac, where the garbage cans are lined up, how many garbage cans there are. It's really weird. Anyways, thank you everybody for playing. I hope some of you got some tokens out of that one. I'm sorry. If you didn't, I would have also lost this bet. There was only, what, 3 cans? Three bins? I thought it was going to be way less beeping, you know? The trash man is putting trash back in the bin. Yeah, he got out of the truck, and he threw something into one of the dumpsters, which was confusing to me because I feel like that's the opposite of what a garbage man is supposed to do. It beeps when he switches gears. So he can just technically... Oh no. Oh no, guys. Wait. There's no time. There's no time. There's no time to bet on this. I don't know what this man's doing. Oh no. Whoa, it's a new arm. Look at that arm. This is different. This is different. Oh, it's first truck. It's first truck. Yeah, it's first truck. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. He's got a pretty goofy sidearm, though. I mean, technically, he hasn't backed up at all yet. So you can vote now. It'll take him a minute to get to the point where he can back up. You guys can vote. Wow. I don't think you're gonna get many beeps out of this guy. This guy seems to know what he's doing. I've also never seen this particular arm mechanic. The arm isn't out all the time. It's like on this weird belt thing, which is pretty cool. I think he's gonna have to back up soon, though. That's pretty cool. Was there smoke in that one? Why was that one smoking? Jesus, it's actually tea. He made it. He made it. You know what was happening? You know what I just realized was happening? Garbage truck number 1 got stuck behind garbage truck number 2. which is why we were hearing so much commotion but not seeing a truck. And he had to wait for the first garbage truck to do his 122 beeps and get out before he could enter the cul-de-sac. That's why he was so quick after the other garbage truck. Anyways, I'm really sorry, Jaime. Yikes. Ay. Today is just one of those days. Yeah, I mean, the internet went out twice. We're on the third iteration of this episode. The trucks were... I mean, I do like that new arm, though. For anybody that's been in here before, you've seen the old arm. The old arm has always stuck out like this. This arm, like, takes up very little space. I do like the weird belt thing. I guess it's more efficient. I guess there's less joints, and there's not an actual arm as much as there's just a hand attached to a belt. Doublebot is back. Welcome back, Doublebot. Why? Oh, I see why he's back. Uh-oh. Alright, Doublebot. You're right. Oh my god. Cyber says time for news. Oh my god, Cyber. We didn't even do...
Checking in with you. It's time to check in with me too. I'm fine, I'm checking in with you. Checking in.
Okay, guys, we don't have a lot of time. So, everybody, condense your check-in to only one. No check-in part twos, one paragraph, one sentence if you can. I'm going to speedrun mine. Yesterday, I smelled the airport, and it made me really miss traveling. I would like to smell an airport again. I would like to travel again. End of my check-in. Wait. Also, I watched that thing on Netflix called The Stranger. It was, like, whatever. The accents were fun. At a certain point, somebody gets in a car accident, and a man says, "Watch me chips," and it's because his fries fell over. And I just... People saying me instead of my is hilarious, and I hope that British people do that forever. I hope they never stop doing that. It's me ka! What the heck? Silly. Anyways, speed check. Give it to me. Liana says, lots of work and ate leftover enchilada and Mexican rice. Sounds delicious. I love enchiladas. Actually, T says, I did nothing. Plan on doing everything now, because why sleep? Also, can anyone clap? Oh, is the bot broken? I like that the bot's either non-existent or it's a double of itself. I did nothing, plan on doing it. Okay, I saw that. Jaime's check-in is, thought I had COVID, got tested, I'm negative, and I'm feeling better. Waiting for work to greenlight my return. Oh, word up. I'm glad that you're not sick. This is good news. And thank you for being responsible. Moving on. Cyber says, I refuse to check in because we're late. I like this check-in. I hope everything is going well today, Cyber. Actually, T says, no, I haven't tried. Oh, talking about clapping. Speed check-in for Aang is, this week has been like mad tough emotionally, but I just put on some gaming client shoots for work, and I'm stoked about it. So it's not all bad. It sounds like you're being very productive, and I'm proud of you, Aang. And I hope that things kind of lighten up, get a little bit better, because I know it's been a little rough for a few of us. Lots of lows, a few highs to punctuate them. Titanium says, speedrun check-in. Ate a personal pizza, had a bathtub stream, made some tunes. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. How did it go, by the way? I want to be in there. I was like freaking... Don't even worry about me. I'll do my check-in for yesterday tomorrow. Meow Workshop says, speed check-in, got groceries and Jollibee chicken. It was great. My neighborhood is getting a Jollibee in a couple of months now, so I'm pretty excited for that, because it's also in the same parking lot as Ranch 99, so I'll be able to get groceries and Jollibee chicken at the same time as well. But I'm glad that you did this, Meow Workshop, and I hope you had a good day. Check-in for Jaime is, first off, I can say enough how nice it is to see the OmniFam again. I recently started getting serious with practicing meditation. Breathwork and mindfulness, it's been an amazing experience so far, and it's helped me a lot when it comes to my neuroses, anxiety, and OCD. This is really good, Jaime. I'm really proud of you. I mean, breathing, it's weird, because breathing is something we do every day, but it's funny how honing it can, like, fix a lot of issues that we seem to have. Jaime says... Oh, Jaime's responding to Aang. Nigel Rivera, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you for being here. We're doing a really quick speed check-in. You can tell me how your yesterday was. If you like. Jaime says, I didn't realize it was speed check-in, sorry. Oh, no worries. No worries, Jaime. We got through it. We're all good. We're all good. Check-in for Lindsay is doing more art, enjoying the weather. Honestly, yesterday was pretty uneventful. Sometimes uneventful can be good. Sometimes uneventful can be good. I kind of hope for an uneventful day today, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. Titanium says, It went well. Surprised it worked. I'm glad that it went well, Titanium. Are you going to do another one? I love it after somebody finishes something when your immediate question is like, when's the next one? Umbe says, check-in is back in school today, but I really don't want to go. I was really enjoying online classes and being able to do whatever during class. I feel you on that, Umbe. Returning to the office. Back to the office, as they say. I'm gonna have to return to that as well soon, but I'm ambivalent. Okay. Now. I still might have some check-ins coming at me. I'm going to go to news now. I'll still read your check-in, I promise, but we do have to get to news. And if you do have a check-in or something about your Monday that you didn't get to get into today and you feel bad about it, you're like, hey, I've been waiting all stream, Omni, to catch you up on my cousin's wedding or something like that. If that's the thing, then you can feel free to catch me up on it tomorrow. We will do an extended check-in tomorrow, but today we got to get through. Thank you, everybody, for your speed check-ins.
Time to do the news. I think it's time to do the news. It's definitely time to do the news. Do
Claps are broken. Liana, it was going to be so expertly timed. I heard it in my head as I saw it come into the chat. Thank you. I do really appreciate it. Really quickly, rushing through the news. Today is Tuesday, and you guys know that Tuesday is typically Pizzanista Tuesday. However, I stopped going to Pizzanista for a while because they started burning the pizzas. When you go to a New York style pizza place, a lot of times they'll burn the bottom of the pizza. I know that this is just a thing that you should come to expect, or at least be prepared to not be too disappointed by, but I just got sick of it after a while. But apparently the Aya works. Did you guys break the clap? So I stopped going there and I started going to another place that has a Sicilian style pizza called Slices in Little Tokyo. It doesn't serve them by the slice, but it serves them by the square, and I'm probably going to end up going there today. I'm trying to catch up on quite a bit of work. Yesterday I got behind, and the day before that I got even more behind because I went and spent some time with friends and went to a show instead of doing some of the work that I was supposed to do. Today I have a song that I'm going to recommend you all. It has been added to the playlist. Type in the command Rex if you want to see it show up in the chat. Guys, we're only in the second week of the song Rex, so it's a pretty good time to actually listen to them before the playlist gets like 50 songs long or something like that. But today's song is Losing Touch by Frank Moody off of the album House of FM. Wait. Yes, that's right. Anyways, it's... Why did that sound... I felt like I jumbled the words up, but I read it perfectly. I'm moving a mile a minute. Anyways, this is the song called Losing Touch by Frank Moody off of the album House of FM. There's 3 reasons why I want you guys to listen to this song. The first reason is that it's a very good song. The second reason is disco music is pretty big. We've covered quite a few disco, new disco, and city pop. But we've covered a lot of different disco type beat songs and disco influenced music a lot in the past. The reason that I'm recommending this one to you guys is because a lot of people here in this stream are familiar with Daft Punk. They're like an old French duo that made kind of like disco house and French house. They broke up a little bit earlier this year, or maybe last year. Time has no meaning anymore. But a lot of their music was achieved via samples. They would take a lot of the samples of like old English and old American disco and Motown records and kind of flip them into this like really hard hitting analog disco synth driven vocoder saturated sound. Now Frank Moody kind of have the same idea. It's also a duo. Like when I first started listening to this duo, I thought it was one guy named Frank Moody, but it's actually 2 people, one whose last name is Frank and the other whose last name is Moody. They're in England, and they are making a very similar thing to what Daft Punk was doing. However, the way they're sourcing a lot of their samples is they're recording somebody zipping, their fly up and down. They're recording like the sounds of radiators. They're recording like claps, like real claps, like by clapping into a microphone with different types of gloves on to get the right sound that they think they want. They're doing a lot of like DIY disco stuff. They're trying to make disco records. A lot of the strings that you'll hear even on this track is recorded by one of the members' family. when they go on tour, as you can see in this art, there's several heads here, right? It looks like a bunch of people, so how can it just be a duo? When they go out on tour and they play live shows, it's a full live setup. You know, they have somebody on keys, somebody on bass, somebody on guitar, somebody singing, somebody doing all these things, strings, live strings. But it's a recreation of a recreation. A lot of times throughout music, things will inspire other things, right? Like this genre is inspired by this, and then this genre gets inspired by this. A lot of times when you think about jazz in America and jazz in like South America, the two coexisted at the same time, and they were constantly borrowing from each other. You know, you have Brazilian jazz that was doing certain things, you have bossa nova that was doing certain things, then you have like American bebop jazz and like big band jazz that was also doing some other things, and they were constantly borrowing from each other. You could hear Frank Sinatra sing a cover of a traditionally Brazilian song. You could hear Frank do like The Girl from Ipanema, or you could go down to Brazil and you could hear them doing a lot of like our classic jazz standards up here in America. And the two borrowed a lot from each other. A lot of times when you have things that are borrowing from each other simultaneously, like in time, temporally simultaneous, it's very, very live. It's very real time. But sometimes you can be inspired by something that happened before you in time. I could be inspired by something that I heard in the 70s or the 80s or the 60s. I could be inspired by something that came out in the 1940s. This is a really good example of that family, of like that chain of inspiration. Because when you have old disco records, you have like real Motown records. Those were taken by people like Daft Punk and sampled and chopped and screwed and turned into something new, something different. Then you have artists like this that are inspired by that sound from Daft Punk, and their answer to it is to create something completely new and organic by going out and getting real instruments, recording things as weird as DIY is like somebody messing with a zipper or somebody like clapping into a microphone or making noises with their mouth, water faucet, and making disco records with it. The second reason why I want you guys to listen to this song is for that exact reason. It achieves a lot of the same sounds and the same vibes as something that Daft Punk would make, that old French house, that old disco house sound, but it's doing it with completely different gear. It's doing it with a completely different art, like philosophy, like sound philosophy, like what exactly is the way that we're going to get to this end goal. You can get there a lot of different ways. If you want to make a song that sounds like a bebop jazz song, there's so many different ways to get there, and this is just another way to get from silence to that cool, funky, disco-oriented sound. That's the second reason why I want you guys to listen to this song. The third reason why I want you guys to listen to this song is actually very, very simple. It's something just called tight delay. A lot of times when we think of delay can be like an echo, right? Even if you listen to me play this sound. Can you hear that slight delay? It kind of rings out for a while. There's delay. There's all types of ways to use delay. And a lot of times when we think of delay, we think of it as an echo because that's how it occurs in real life, right? Delay is something that's electronically controlled. But echo is something that we can really easily recreate by going into a basketball stadium and screaming, going into a cave, going to the Grand Canyon and talking. You can hear sound bouncing off of the cavernous walls and coming back to meet you, the source of the sound. But when you're messing with digital delay, which this song uses, you can do all kinds of really weird things that would never actually happen in the real world. And this song, on the sound, like one of the main sounds that comes in pretty early and lasts throughout the entirety of this song, it has a really tight delay on it. So when like notes are hit, there's an immediate feedback and no delay, no drag out, no like reverberation on it. It's really weird. It almost sounds like you're having two people play the same thing, slightly distorted in time on like two different sides of you. So like somebody's talking over here and then another person's saying the exact same words and the exact same cadence over here, but they're just slightly out of sync. It's a certain type of digital delay that was used a lot in older records, which is I'm pretty sure this is what they're trying to do, emulate that older sound. It's a type of delay that's used a lot in older records, older like dad rock songs, older like opera rock, even rock opera type songs. It's a very, very specific sound, and it's one that's not often used in disco inspired music today, and so it's really interesting that they put that in there. Again, this is Losing Touch by Frank Moody off of the album House of FM. The three reasons why I want you guys to listen to it is, one, it's a really good song. Two, it's a really good example of getting to that disco sampled sound while using real DIY instruments and recordings. And three, they're using digital delay, which is something that you can't really encounter in real life. You're never going to get a tight delay in real life because sound is so open in the air and hard to control, hard to harness in the same way that it is with digital signals. And that is today's song recommendation. It can be found on the Songrex playlist, which has been linked in the chat. Thank you, Cyber, for that. Whew, okay. Frank Moody is dope, says Titanium. Heck yeah. I feel you. Thank you, Liana, also for linking the Rex list. It's actually T says, I'm just scared to try it. It's probably okay. Talking about the claps? I don't think it's okay. At least I don't hear it anymore. Everybody want to be New York, but can't take the heat, says Umbe. I mean, yeah. Everybody want to be in New York, but can't handle the cost of living. Everybody want to be in LA, but can't handle the traffic. Everybody want to be in Arizona, but can't handle 123-degree weather. There's always something in there. Guys, this has been another beautiful episode. While long and arduous, thank you, Spectrum. We made it through. We made it through to the end. And we still haven't given Nobu a name tag or a home. So that's something that I might actually have to do off. I mean, tomorrow should be the slow stream. Wednesdays are always like a really chill stream. Mondays have the extended check-in that pushes us over time. Tuesday has the trash man that makes things unpredictable. Wednesdays are usually pretty chill. Tomorrow will be Nobu Day. How about that? I want to live in a city and afford it. I'm not built for city living. Don't jinx it on me. I won't. My bad. I want to live in a city and afford it. It's such a beautiful statement. I love that. It's so simple. I just want to live in a city and I want to be able to afford the city I live in. Isn't that a thing that we should all be able to do? What is affording the city? Ooh, such a good conversation that we shouldn't start now. We're already 20 minutes over. But if somebody can remind me, I would love to have that conversation tomorrow. What does it mean to be able to afford to live in a city? Because yeah, I mean, LA specifically, like I can afford to live here. You guys are literally looking at it every day. But I mean, can I afford to live in like Westwood? No, probably not. Probably not. Can I afford to own a house in Echo Park? Right now, no. God, no. I wouldn't want to either, Jesus Christ. But yeah, what is affording living in a city? Mirage says, looking forward to actually enjoying the stream at home on my day off tomorrow. Oh, heck yeah. You crushed it. You crushed it. 9 days in a row? Heavens. I hope tomorrow's good. I hope you get to play some video games. We playing Apex, Lindsay? Omni? Says Cyber. Well, today is Pizza Tuesday, so I am going to go downtown and grab some pizza. And then I have to do a couple of errands, but after that, I'm down to hop on Apex for a little while. I'm down to hop on. Get some W's. Get some sick elims. I'm not sure, Cyber, what time. Nobody knows. Tomorrow is Bloodhound event, I think, says Cyber. Oh, interesting. Bloodhunda. Alright, guys, today was episode 407, so I'm going to play the 407th sound on my... Oh my god, this is beautiful. Can I get... No, the image that comes with this sound is very pretty. It's called Carib, which I can only assume is short for Caribbean, C-A-R-I-B, and the image is that of a palm tree and a crescent moon. Let me see if I can get this, actually. Let me see if I can get this. Can I get this? Can you guys see this image? This is the most... Yo, Yamaha makes the most, like, goofy... I mean, I know that's not modern. I know that it's not modern. I know it's not supposed to look good. It's not supposed to look good by today's standards of what Caribbean island is supposed to look like. I just think it's kind of funny that that's the image. Who wants to guess what this sounds like? Do you think it'll be a pad? Do you think it'll be more percussive, like gamelan? Island drums? Lindsay's going island drum. If it sounds good, I'll play the morning medley theme in it before we head out of here. But my guess is it's not going to sound that great. It's going to sound like coconut, says it's actually tea. It looks like a moon, says Cyber. Bossa Nova sound, says Mirage. I'll take one more before I start playing it. It's going to sound like dink, dink, dink. Yeah, I feel that same thing too. Chord. Yeah. Oh, it has like quite a bit on it. I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. Thanks everybody for being in episode 407. Sorry the internet, like, thwarted us. Oh, now the clap works. Rasta man, we going up like 7. Alright. That clap said hurry up. Yes, thank you. I unmuted and got confused where in the song I was. Where in the song he was, yeah. I didn't even know where in the song I was. It started sounding really weird after a while. The dinkies went over each other. Everybody was kind of right. It sounded like dinky, it sounded like coconuts, sounded like island percussion, for sure. Thank you everyone so much for being in this episode of Morning Medley. Thank you for being respectful to me and polite to each other. I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday for episode 408. Until then, please take care of you guys yourselves. Some of you guys, I'll probably see you on PlayStation tonight. Others, I'll see you here tomorrow. We have to raid, guys. I'm really sorry. We didn't raid the past 3 streams. We do have to raid. This is gonna suck. Because I'm not going to do any research. Yeah, send us in the soups. Liana, send us in the soups. Yeah, we're going to soups. We're going to soups. I promise tomorrow we'll come up with a raid. We'll come up with a raid before we get to news. How about that? We'll spend some time with Nobu in the raid suggestion. Abo, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.